Hi, my name is Austin Barraza. I'm originally from Rancho Cucamonga, California, which is about an hour east of LA. I graduated in 2017 and I was a political science major. I really like that UCLA had so many upper division courses in political science across different subfields. So if you were interested in American politics, there was courses for you, or if you're interested in comparative politics, international relations, race and ethnic politics. So it's like a lot more broad than what you kind of would expect going into just an introductory political science course. It's more than just studying elections and presidents. There's so much in the major, and what I really liked was it was not too long of a major. It was only 10 upper division courses once you finish all your major prep. So it's really easy to pick up a second major or pick up a minor. For me, I got to do a lot more stuff outside my major because I still had extra courses to fill. So I got to finish like the college honors program. I took part in the undergraduate research fellows program, took advanced methods courses, and I even taught my own 1 unit seminar through USIE, which is the undergraduate student initiated education program, which is really, really cool. And I think if my major required more courses, I wouldn't have had time to do all that extra stuff that really made my time at UCLA memorable. The most challenging part was the methods required me. So you either take poli sci 6 or stats 10. And when I took it, I learned Stata, which was my first time that I had ever written code or used like a command prompt interface. And it honestly was challenging. It was really challenging at first because that wasn't my background. But I'm really happy that I took it because it got me familiar with kind of writing code and using scripts and statistics. And then that was like a bridge to other programming languages like R or like Python, which I actually got to use in jobs after UCLA or in my graduate program now. Major was pretty straightforward. I really didn't use any kind of extra resources. Everything I got was from the website, and if I had any kind of specific questions that the website didn't answer, I would talk to the department counselors and drop by if I needed to like petition an extra course to count for my major or ask about how to satisfy a requirement. So it's pretty straightforward. After UCLA, most of my jobs were research-oriented positions, and I think the skills I picked up in my major and just in general at UCLA were really key in helping me get those. So I worked as a research assistant at UC San Diego in their education studies department. And there I was just cleaning up education data sets, but I got to use a little bit of this data that I learned at UCLA to do stuff when, Excel wasn't the best way to clean up data. And then my second position was working as a research assistant at a San Francisco Bay Area labor union. And there I taught myself Python in order to web scrape and gather all this data online for the labor union. And again, that it really helped learning Stata through my poli-sci classes because I was able to teach myself Python, which is like a legit programming language, but definitely less intimidating when you have experience with writing code for some of your stats classes, and then you kind of bridge that into actual coding. So again, yeah, super happy that I did those methods courses at UCLA. So I was able to kind of pick this up a lot faster. And now I'm in a PhD program in political science at Northeastern University, and I do all of my research in R. And even though R, Python, Stata, they're all different programming languages, once you pick up one, it's really easy to pick up the other. So again, whether you take poli-sci 6 or stats 10, and I think poli-sci 6 actually teaches you R, so you'll be ahead of the game if you take that class. That really sets you up to learn other languages and move into research assistant positions after you graduate. For those entering political science, I want to stress that there's way more career opportunities than just going to law school or working in an electoral campaign. It's pretty common. I remember when I was in my poli-sci classes, it seems like everyone was going to law school or eventually wanted to work in the political arena. But for me, since I picked up some research skills, I was able to translate that into different fields, whether that was working on education policy stuff or working on housing policy with my research jobs. I know other poli-sci majors go into nonprofit work or private sector work, working as like a legislative analyst. It's common for people to go abroad and work for international organizations, international nonprofits. And then, of course, really common to work at any level of government, federal, state, local. So I just want to stress that don't get caught up in thinking like, wow, why am I taking this major when I don't want to go to law school or when I don't want to, work in government? There really are so many career paths. But if you are studying for law school, if that's where you want to go, you better start studying for the LSAT now. That's my advice for people who want to go to law school. Yeah, good luck, Bruins.